How you going today, guys? My name is Kilk, and today I'm joined by Lucas here playing Sova on Ascent. In this video, we deep dive into the economy, managing your teams, as well as playing around the enemy's money situation. We also go through some of his utility usage as well. I want to preface this video by saying that the comms were recorded in Spanish, however they weren't too important in this game. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Sova o qué?
So how long have you been playing for?
I started playing when the game came out. Start playing. I ranked
Porque
to
voy a hacer
gold
fake
and
live
then
con la
stopped
página
playing
que
like
todos están
8 months because I had a shitty internet. And
Okay.
I started playing back
la página
like
que todos están ahí. Voy a
uh
hacer fake
t- 3 weeks ago. I think,
Okay.
or maybe two because I upgraded my internet connection and then start playing
Oh, nice. Makes a big
again.
difference.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'd recommend bonusing
Yes,
here as well.
What is bonusing?
So,
Bonusing.
so if you win the first 2 rounds and you've kept some guns from the previous round, so for example, your Rainer, your Viper, just do like a light buy. So for example, you might buy like half shields and a sheriff, or if someone has a sheriff or a ghost, they can drop it for you. So essentially what you want to do, I wonder if you press tab at all. What you want to do is, you want to try and stuff up their money, right? So they're going to try and full buy this round. So the bonus essentially is you carry over from what you had on round ones and two.
Okay.
And then it's kind of like a round you expect to lose, but if you can do damage to their economy, it helps you in the long run. So
Okay.
for example, if you can get like 3 kills or something and you lose the round, their economy for the round 4 will be really scuffed. Like 3 of them won't be able to full buy, and then all of you should be able to full buy on round 4, which then gives you essentially round 4 and potentially round 5 for sacrificing round 3, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Did
It's like uh-huh.
did that sort of make sense? Sorry,
Yeah.
what were you gonna say?
Like it's like a little gamble.
Yeah, exactly
Um,
right. And if you can, like, sometimes you even win round 3 and then you pick up all their guns and then you're like at such an advantage, such an economic advantage.
yeah.
Because this game is really economy based as well, not just shooting and stuff. So a lot of these guys have full buys. Like these guys don't really, but
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like you sort of always want to be on the same page as your team. So for
Okay.
example, let's say these guys save, like he continues with his gun, he continues with his gun. If you lose this round, your money is way worse off than the rest of your team. So then you have a scuffed buy for the round 4.
I'm not in the same boat of my team, right?
Yeah, but
I mean,
because you died, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, so if you bought like a sheriff instead of a vandal, you would have money to buy round 4.
Okay. Yeah.
And that way, you can try and get some sneaky kills to screw up their economy. It's essentially like a sacrifice round 3 to
Yeah.
wins round 4 and 5 by screwing
Yeah.
up their economy.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, sure. Talking about that, I don't really know what to do when we start 0-2. Like we'll lose the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I really don't know what to buy.
So
I mean, this is not the case, right? But
yeah, but
it
for
happens.
example, like let's say they've lost the first 2 rounds, right? So usually you'll buy up on pistol round. If you lose, if you're defense and you lose, you'll
Uh-huh.
usually save the second round. So buy next to nothing. And then on the third round, you'll do a full buy. So, full armor, vandal, or full armor or phantom, and lots of util.
Second round, not even light shields? Nothing?
I'd recommend it unless you force. So, for example, let's say you were on attack, right? let's say you lost the pistol round,
Yeah.
but you got the bomb plant. So when you plant the bomb, everyone in your team gets an extra $300. So your money will be very close to theirs if you've lost the first round but planted. In that
Okay.
situation, on attack, I like to force because they'll only be around like $400 to $600 richer than you. So your economies are very similar. And they're the rounds you want to try and win when your economies are close.
Okay.
But yeah, for example, these guys, if I was in their position, I would have bought round one, full save round two, and then buy round three. Especially
Yeah.
because you've got worse guns. So when you have worse guns, you always want to try and take closer battles, because
Mhm.
the Phantom and the Vandal are better than the Bulldog and the Spectre at range. So,
Okay.
but like because that was your bonus. See, if you had just had a sheriff or something, your money would be better. They've lost two guns, and then going into round four, let's see if you press tab. But now you haven't got a full buy, but sort of the rest of your team sort of does.
Yeah, I fucked my economy. I now see what you're saying,
Yeah,
like what you said.
yeah, because so like Neon can't buy, and some of them can't buy full armor and full util. So that's sort of
Yeah.
the premise of the bonus on round three.
Yep.
All right,
No
nice.
escuché nada porque sí,
So then you
así,
secured round four,
que-
like I said you probably would.
Yeah.
Ghost.
Creo que hay que forzar porque ¿qué tal y nos ganan estas? 3, 4,
Sí, yo sí voy a forzar.
But see, here I'd more recommend buying a Spectre than playing the Ghost. If you win this round, then play the Ghost only. So let's say you die, he still has his Ghost, and you win the round, get him to give you your Ghost, and then you can play like small shields and a Ghost, and just play bonus
Like
after that.
bonus. Okay. Yeah.
So if you win pistol, I would always recommend buying full shields.
Full shield.
Yeah, if you win pistol round.
Full shield and no gun.
No, try and get a gun if you can. It's hard to say actually. You definitely want to prioritize buying like a Spectre or an Ares or whatever you're after. Actually, in saying that, because you're Sova on Ascent, you should play B and buy an Ares, and do your classic wall bang through here.
Okay.
If
right.
you've seen that, have you seen people?
Yeah,
do that?
yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
That's just you being like, I want to play B, and then they'll probably just let you. But yeah, so what I always try and do is, it's hard to say. Maybe I'll go like less util, get a Spectre and full shields, but full shields is really important if you win pistol.
Okay.
Unless you like sort of save. If you have 25 from pistol round, then you probably don't need to upgrade it as much.
Yeah. Okay.
¿Alguien quiere mi
Like, I mean, I did a bonus right there, right?
Yeah, in a way you did, yeah. But now, because they'll have good guns, if you can take away their good guns with your bad guns, that's where
Okay.
the economic advantage really kicks in.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
2 kills, good. But I mean, at the end of the day, that was your bonus. So,
Un poco. Verga, no tenemos.
Well, it should have been my bonus, right? But
yeah, it should have been your bonus.
it should have been. It should have been, right?
Whereas now you've sort of got, like, you can't really buy. He can't buy fully. He's fine, and Uranus fine, but Rays can't buy fully either. So your money is very all over the place.
Yeah.
And then because it's also round 10,
Okay,
like you don't wanna have to eco this, and you shouldn't be ecoing this anyway.
defensa? Si
So I'd probably
picamos,
recommend forcing.
Menos oportunidad de ganar.
Okay. In this case, I should first.
They did force or they didn't?
No, I mean I should first. We.
Yeah, you should because these guys forced, and he's kind of poor as well. He should have
Okay.
bought full armor, and then he should have forced, just so then
Right.
everyone. So I suppose the main thing as well is you want everyone's money to be the same. So you see how like these guys, they're very similar,
Yeah.
whereas yours, like if you lose this round, you'll buy next round, he'll buy next round, he might buy next round. Rayner can't
Yeah.
buy, and Chamber can't buy. Granted, Chamber does have his ult, so it's not so bad. But as a general rule of thumb, you always want to be buying and saving with your team at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
En que ellos
I mean, you can see your team's money at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
So, you've got almost a full buy. Like I said, like he's got his ult, so it's not so bad. He has scuffed money. Braze can buy because he saved last round, and Rainer's got stuck with an
güey, le
Ares.
está disparando al dron, güey.
So,
Yeah. Our economy is like all
Aquí te puedes poner tú, güey.
Échame
Um,
por eso, la verdad.
Aquí.
all over the
different.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, all over the place.
Do you have any questions?
Uh, so to clear things up, like from of the economy.
Yeah.
So basically, the first two rounds. I mean, the first round you buy like light shield and some utility, right?
Yeah, so it depends who you play. So,
Yeah.
for Sova, I would definitely recommend buying utility over other stuff. And then, yeah, if you've got a bit left over, buy some light shields. How much
Yeah.
does the drone cost? Like 500 or
400.
400? Okay, so you could go like drone and light shields, or if you want, you could go like drone and one shock dart or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, just as long as you're using the 800 credits, that's the important part for pistol round.
Okay. And second round, if we win, we buy light shield.
If you win the first round, I would recommend trying to buy
Ah,
full
The,
shield.
yeah, you said full shield, right?
Yeah,
With a ghost. I mean, force, like full boy, right?
yeah, as much as you can. So you want to try and spend it all, because ideally this should be a free round for you if you win it.
Yeah. Okay. And if we lose, don't buy, so we can buy in the third round, right?
Yeah, more or less. If you're attacking, and on the pistol round you lose, but you get the bomb plant, I
Okay.
would suggest forcing. You don't have to. Ask your team.
Okay.
But a lot of the
It's an
time,
option.
yeah, it's a good option because your money will be very close to theirs. Like
Okay.
it's only like 400 to 600 to 800 credits difference. So because your money is so close, you want to try and break them.
But if we didn't plan,
Yeah, if you
like
didn't plan,
we
then
shouldn't.
yeah, I would save.
Okay, for third round, full buy.
Yes. So on the third
And
round, you always want a full buy if you can.
in the other side, in the third round, is like the bonus thing you explained, right? Like in the beginning.
Yeah. So that's where you try and buy as little as possible. So if someone has like a ghost, they give it to you, or a sheriff they've saved, they give it to you, because you want to do as much economic damage to them
Yeah.
on the third round. So you'll probably lose it, but if you can kill 3 or 4 players, then only one person has a gun because they're going to force on round 3, right? And you only get 3,000 credits for winning. So
Yeah.
they'll only have 3,300 credits. So they can't full buy again. And then on round 4, you all have full buys. They'll have scuffed buys. And that's where you can win round 4. And then they would probably, because they probably force on round 4, they'll have to save on round 5. So it's almost like a win, lose, win.
Okay.
That's sort of, or this one can be a little bit more contentious, but it would definitely go like win-win, lose-win, and then this is a bit whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
Also, it obviously depends like how much damage you do for round 4. Like if you bonus on round 3 and all 5 of them survive, then it's like you still have a full buy, but they'll also have full guns as well. So it's it does depend on how much damage you do to their economy
In round 4. Yeah, in round
in round
3.
3.
Okay.
But I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's essentially just for you. It's like free potential damage for them on them. So whether
Yeah.
you do nothing or you do some, you've not really lost anything because you've just carried over guns from round 2, and then you haven't stuffed up your economy for round 4. So it's kind of like
Yeah, I get it. That's interesting.
yeah. It's once you sort of like think about it through the economy and how you can start stringing rounds together and stuff, it becomes quite different. But
Yeah.
but definitely you can use that to your advantage to like break their economies, and then you can win like a whole bunch of rounds together.
Yeah, sure will. Sure will do.
Yeah, good. Okay. So does your dart land on top of generator, or does it land just in front?
I honestly don't know. I think yeah.
No, that's all good. That's all good. Because what I would say is before
I think it landed right.
Yeah, okay. No, I mean that's a good dart, I reckon, because it covers most of sight. However, given that the Viper's wall is up, your dart doesn't go through it. So if someone's here, the dart won't see them.
Okay.
So what I would suggest doing is telling the Viper to wait for your dart before putting up the wall. Because I mean, in saying that, like no one's really in a position to push off his wall right now anyway. So if the dart can get like 2 pings off, and then he puts his wall up, and then you guys can go onto site, that'll probably be more beneficial, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So just a bit of like communication, telling them to wait for my dart before you put the wall up.
Yeah.
And then get orbs good, and then you drone, which is fine. And then do you tell people what you see as well? So you're saying like jets in tree, 1 gen.
No, I didn't say that there.
Okay, so definitely that's probably like it's quite helpful. And then your crosshair position. So he's sort of like in this sort of position in tree. So as soon as you peek from here, you should be looking up here or here.
Yeah.
So you sort of hang around there, and then it's a bit too late.
I get what you said.
Yeah, good pre-fire. I like that, and that's good. That's good height as well. So
We did the same thing with the wall and the dart.
yeah. So but I mean, like once you know about it, though, you can tell people. Like it's a sort of half of it is knowing.
Vamos. Güey, no checaste derecha, la porra. Te mamaste, güey. Te mamaste.
Yeah, you already heard. My teammate just raged because I didn't check properly. You
sort of. I think you almost saw him. I don't know. I thought there was someone there as well. I thought I saw someone go in there. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, definitely check it a bit better. Because they will just go in because they assume you've checked it.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
I think he is my teammate. I mean my duo partner, and I think he got killed from there. From that play, I think he started playing a little worse, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Right. I mean,
Güey,
It's
te
only
lo
3-2.
te
Like you're
esperaste
still in a
igual
really
que el
good spot,
Cypher que no
so
le dio con la cámara,
they
güey.
shouldn't be
A la
getting too
verga,
mad
vato.
just yet.
Yeah.
Que estaba reclamando este güey que me dejó morir, güey. Bueno, estamos en Discord, güey.
So yeah, I think your dart landed sort of nowhere.
Yeah, I need to learn some lineups if I want to play Sova, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, but just sort of like getting comfortable with, getting comfortable with how far it travels and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So this is good. See how your crosshair positioning is already at head level, so
Yeah.
that's really good. And then, I mean, he just trades you, so it's hard to say. If wall's up, it's probably just going to stay up because the rest of your team will probably go on. So I wouldn't necessarily wait. But if you're sort of like, if let's say he walls across like he has been doing, if you're here, you could just dart into there. You know what I mean?
Right.
To sort of like clear out this area. That's a pretty good dart as well, especially if you've already got like half of sight or pretty much all of sight. You know, putting darts there or there are very beneficial as well. Or like putting a dart there, going hell, and then droning heaven.
Yeah.
So you don't so you don't always have to use everything at the very beginning. If depending on like how it's going though.
No sabemos.
So Jet was AWPing last round, and I was about to say he might be AWPing again. The same spot.
Bad, Max?
So I think when you're about like here, you know, you can hide behind this box and put your sonar up there, and then he has to move because otherwise, if he gets pinged, it'll be a really easy kill for you guys because you can just pre-fire him.
Okay.
No sabemos.
But yeah, as it stands, you just sort of like wide swung. He like jump peaked, which is good. I'd also recommend doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were just an easy pick.
Yeah.
Also, I'd probably more be inclined to clear. Because if Viper's up, they can't shoot from here. And you'll probably all run this way. So I'm more inclined to clear sort of this side and back of dice. I mean, that Neon was there or something. Yeah, he was dice.
I could have cleared that, right?
Yeah. Instead of sort of going here and then into tree, which, you know, it's not the worst, but as far as like executing onto site goes, it probably would have been a bit better.
Yeah, I mean that's a big learn from this session, like how to play from the smokes. Well, in this case, the wall.
Yes, yeah. So you always
like secure one side, right?
Yeah. So you always want to like try and play around them or use them to your advantage, or you know, communicate, tell them to wait and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Because like you're doing your job well, sending in your dart and droning and stuff, because you're trying to find where they are and you're clearing space. So you're doing well, but I suppose when there's like walls and smokes and stuff, it makes it harder for you to do your job. So
yeah,
you know, especially given that the Viper's on your team as well, it's an easy fix. So not so bad.
Yeah.
So
now
like, for
I
example,
know.
Oh, you say?
Yeah. Now I also know what to do with Astra ults because I had no idea. Like secure one side, right?
Yeah, exactly. But like depending on where it is and stuff, like sometimes you have to go in between and whatnot. But for the most part, like if it's your team Astra ult and they wall from like here or something, you know, all you really want to do is take control of this area. And then once you have control of this, then you can start to look into pushing into there or there. Because, you know, it's likely that they'll be playing in there. So let's say hypothetically you have an Astra and they do this wall across here.
Yeah.
and you get onto site. If you still have like your dart, your sonar, then you can shoot it at this wall because then it will reveal anyone hiding in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they break it, then you know someone's there as well. So everyone can be ready and watching, waiting for him to like come out, or for when the war goes down, they know someone's going to be playing there. So it's all like, yeah, it's like an information game essentially.
Yep.
And then similarly, this dart, so his smoke's up, so your dart doesn't really see anything, and that doesn't, and because it's not even in the smoke, if they're in the smoke, they won't be seen either. So if it was like lower or something, but I think a good server dart is just to shoot it at this wall.
Okay.
For the most part.
Atento, atento. Dispararle a ese pendejada.
Desplegando dron.
Todos muy bajos, todos muy bajos.
Spike caído en A.
Se van.
Do you have bomb?
No.
Ya Lucas.
I didn't know that the
Yeah.
door was
Look,
closed.
to be fair, I didn't know it was closed either. So
Yeah.
I was like, when you were about to do it, I was like, yeah, that's a good dart.
Yeah.
That's all good.
I didn't. Yeah.
Nice. So one thing quickly
Yeah.
I wanted to say about the drone. So when you see all of them there, it's probably a bit risky to drone because they're all going to come out. Like it ended up working all right as well because your Rays had a nade there which stopped them, and then you got a good tag on Neon, which is actually good because he's got his walls up.
Yeah.
But it is like a general sort of thing. If they're about to execute, you don't want to be stuck inside your drone.
Yeah. They'll rush me, right?
Yeah, because you're not really gaining any new information by droning because you know they're all there anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. But the tag's good, which ends up leading to his death. So.
Yep.
Like it worked. It did work out.
It worked. Fine. Yeah, it worked out.
Yes, it's like a percentage play. You know, like it worked, but percentage-wise, it's probably not the best value.
Yeah. And like you said, the race nade was like the big reason they didn't execute.
Yeah, exactly
and
right.
killed me.
And then I suppose like if you had your drone now, if you'd held onto it, you know, you could drone up here and sort of clear out and whatnot.
Yeah.
Lucas.
Like
But no.
secure the.
Yeah, but no, I think it was all right though. It's pretty good.
También.
Revelando zona. Ahí está.
Dos. Ya entró. Está entrando medio chamber.
Desplegando dron.
Aprovechen la pared de veneno. Se baja. Se baja en 3, 2. Aprovechen la pared.
Alright, see what happens. So you were playing here last round as well. When you dart, they can see it come from short very easily. So that becomes a very easy pre-fire shot.
Yeah.
Ya entró.
And then I would recommend hiding back here. Because when you drone, so they can hear as soon as you start droning.
Yeah.
So you drone, which is fine. But then because it breaks the smoke instantly, they know you're very close to the box.
Okay.
And to the fact where you probably are behind the box.
Aprovechen
And then so they just like pre-fire the box, pre-fire you,
en 3,
and then Jet just pushes you.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to do there. Like they smoked me, and I didn't want to gave them the space, but what's the correct thing to do there? Like just back up?
So you know that there's a couple in Link because Reyna died from there. So after he dies and you dart, I would definitely recommend backing up or playing in here. Because now they know sort of like where you are
entrando medio chamber.
as well. If you wanted to, you could go into cubby and drone, or into tree and drone. I'd probably recommend going into tree just so they can't push you, because you have no control of this area.
Yeah.
So there could be people up short, you're not sure, and your drone
Aprovecha.
doesn't look up short either. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so you still don't know what's here, and then you just get pushed really far. So I'd recommend, after you take your first lot of damage, falling back and then droning, so that you can't get
Aprovecha la
shot
pared de veneno, se baja,
through the
se baja
smoke
en
and through the
3,
box.
2.
Vale, aquí.
Oh man,
Yeah, that feels bad.
that's so unlucky. But yeah, I mean, I think you played all right. I think you played quite well. Like a lot of the times, your crosshair positioning, sometimes it's a little low.
Yep.
Do you know Shroud, the player, Twitch guy?
Yeah.
I think he
Yeah.
said in one of his streams, just to practice keeping it at head level, even when you're like running around in spawn and stuff like that, just so you get into like a good habit of always having it at head level.
Yeah.
And then, in buy rounds and stuff, what you can do is, as you're running around, is just have it tracing your teammate's head. So you get used to keeping it at head level.
Right.
Because you can see them through
Yeah.
walls and stuff. So
Yeah, it's a good practice.
yeah, because I mean, I do this a lot as well, where I just jump around and knife the wall and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also, I guess like your utility usage needs to be a little bit cleaner and sort of coordinating it with your team as well. So you're not all using the same utility, or he's blocking your utility off, etc.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, otherwise, I think you played it all right. Just a couple of things to brush up on.